Hi there, it's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here for another version of my Finally Friday videos. This week I've got a no frills tutorial on how to do kind of a modified waterfall card in a way. So stay tuned and I can better show you and explain it with an actual how-to. So hang on, I'll be right back. This week I've got the no frills tutorial for this fun card that you're gonna just do the pull down on the tab string and it just flips up. It's kind of a variation of the side one that I did a while ago. It had the bear on the front that I got taken off Facebook for gambling because I think of the way, remember what I was calling the card. This one's not quite that involved. That one had more steps behind the scenes. This is kind of almost like a waterfall card in a way that you pulled down and then all of them flipped up, but I'll do that one another week. But this is going to be a no frills for this card, and I've got most of it done, so you know this is how my no frills works. So we've got a base card that's 8.5 by 5.5. Score or fold at 4 1/4 to make your base. I have that's the Mossy Meadow. Then I've got this layer that is Old Olive. That is 5 1/4 by 4. So 5 1/4 by 4. Then I have part of the Designer Series paper is 3 3/4 by 5. So we got 5.5, 5 1/4, 5. Yep. Then these layers are 1.5 wide by 3 3/4 long, or geez, oh Pete, sorry, by 5 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. And then I've got the side layer that is 1.5 inches wide. See, it's the same width, by 3 3/4. And then the strip that's on each of them is 1 1/4 inches wide by the same length because it goes all the way up to the edge of the paper. So you want to adhere the olive to the base and the designer paper to the front. You want to adhere this strip all the way down to the front. Then when it comes to this top strip, you're just going to glue these two sides down, here and here, because you want your piece has to slide underneath. Okay, so for that piece, I've got a 5.5 inch piece of Mossy Meadow that is 2 inches wide, I do believe. Yes, 2 inches wide. And then I'm going to just tag top it, I'm going to call it. So I'm going to put my topper in, or slide it in there and top it off with the tag. Then you want to score it 2 times. You're going to score it once at 2 inches. And 2 1/4 inches. Go ahead and burnish those folds. Okay. Then your piece, the rest of the pieces that you need are 2 1/4 inch. So you're going to need a 2 1/4 inch square, and embellish on the top of that with a 2 inch square. And then you need a 2 inch square. You can have the same color, you can have a different color. I just shook it up with a different color. And then embellish that with a 1 3/4 inch square. So I'm just going down the 1/4 inches for each layer. Alright? Then you're going to take this tag that you just created and scored on, put some of your liquid glue or a really good glue, strong adhesive, along the, call it the, in the center between the two score lines that you made. And then this 2 1/4 inch piece is going to lay right on top of that. Make sure you kind of, you know, get it centered on there the best that you can. You can also do it like this and open it. You got a second for your glue to dry, so you get it on there like so. And then give that a second to dry. And then that's going to flip up. So then you can open it. And then take your 2 inch square, and because you're, alright, you don't need, I guess, this extra square because you're going to glue it right over the top. So if you wanted, you could put your 1 3/4 inch, like white piece, embellished piece, right on this tag. I didn't. I made another one. And I think because my one samples that I was making, it was a different color than the tag. I think is why I chose to make paper out of it as well. But you do not need to make it paper. But then you're going to glue that square right on there. Make sure that you've got it really close because this is going to close down and you don't want it to stick out the bottom. So make sure you got it right up in there, good and close to the score line. And then that's pretty much it, you guys. You've made your pull down part. You're going to feed your tag through. You're going to line up your under piece. And you're going to put a really good adhesive on it. Just on the tip of it. Like so. Then line it up where you want it on your card. You know, that's why you don't glue all the way over. So line it up where you want it to be. And then when I lined it up, my top one, my bottom one was sometimes crooked once I pushed it down. So I opened it back up and just made sure. So I'm going to give it a little tap. And then I'm going to open it just to make sure that it looks like it's straight to me. And it does look like it might be a little bit crooked. So you got a little wiggle room. I'm going to push that down now. It's adhered. And see, I straightened it up underneath and I'm a little crooked on the top. So it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But then just tie some string onto the tip. I have the Mossy Meadow braided trim. You just need enough to like be able to tie the knot. I got way too much here, but just enough to tie your knot. Get it up in there. Pull it tight. Trim off your ends. And now you've got your pull piece done. Like so. And then on the inside, I have just a normal layer. And then again, I have a 1 1/4 inch piece of the Designer Series paper. I had a bunch of pieces kind of left over that were from where I had to cut everything out. So I used these. And I just thought that I would put a little something on the inside. And then that just jazzes up the inside a smidge as well. So there you have it. I hope you give this a try and post your photos when you're done. So there you go. I hope you give this card a try. It is a little bit more detailed stepwise with all the different layers, but it's really a cool layout. When you get it finished, you'll be very proud of yourself. So have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll be back again next week. If you do give this a card a try or anything that you want to share, don't forget to post it on the Green Thumb Stampers Creativity in Bloom Facebook page, and we'd love to see what you got going on. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.